Hi, this is Didi here. I just want to go through this violin changing of strings. But first, you must see these posters that we have here. West Side Story, An American in Paris. It's it's the 60s actually, literally very antique. So it's actually older than the violin, but the violin is one thing. Now, just for humor's sake, I'm going to say that we have all the tools here. You don't need an axe to cut open the string. Some people are so ridiculous they do this. And neither do you need a hammer to get strings out. Makes little sense. Nor is it complex enough to use a drill to drill and get the strings out. This perhaps you need, because sometimes these pegs get stuck. You need to put a cloth there and turn it, because if you don't have enough strength, you may need this. But even this, it's quite rare. Now let's get down to the business of changing strings. Now, I'm just taking the G as an example. Generally, we leave this string alone, the A string. We change from E, and then we go to G, and then we go to D. Now, I'm just taking this position of replacing strings. So I'm taking out the string, I'm unwinding the peg here. Unwinding, getting the string out. Now, sometimes they'll just say pull it out. I say no, very carefully, slowly get it out like that. And of course, it comes out from here. Now, on the presumption that this is a new string, what we generally do is we would mark this. If the camera can come a little closer, we would mark this with lead, pencil lead, and we would mark the end with pencil lead protection. And also these points, if you can see the hole here, we will mark it. Yeah, we'll mark both sides. Yeah, now there's a reason for that. We also check if there's any sharp edge here that can cut the string, which sometimes they miss out. They only say here and here. We think it's all, we know that it's all contact points. I put the peg back, and so I'm taking the string out like that. If you can see how I'm fitting it in, the ball end goes in to the adjuster, just goes in like that, stays in. I just fit it over like that. Now this is the little bit of a difficult part here, and it needs the eye to be very good to see the hole where it's going. I can my old eye can hardly see it, but I am able to catch it somewhat. So I'm putting it in slowly. I locate the hole, push it through, and start turning. If you can see, I start doing that. Yeah, and I'm pushing the peg in as well at the same time. Slowly but surely. And I'm making sure this stays in, because sometimes this tends to come out. So this stays in place. We need to hold it together, because this can give you trouble. And if you have anything sharp that can hold it down, would be good. So I'm holding this down. I'm turning this at the same time, just turning it to make sure it's tight. Now this is just very simple, very elementary way of putting it in. Yeah, so I tightened it, so I've got the G string already in. Yeah, it's the same way the other strings are put in. Nothing different about it. It's just locked in at the end, and you turn the side. But over here, if you notice, I don't like the way the string is wound around. It must come properly, one after another. So I'm doing it again, winding it in again, making sure that it goes one after another. Preferably a new string will wind together. This is an old string. A new string will wind something like that. So that's about it with the string winding. Now, if you have difficulty You can't do this, just take 2 pills and go to bed. Or you can call this gentleman, Camden, 24/7. He goes to bed very late in the night, 3 p.m. It's perfectly all right to call him before 3 p.m. You can't get him after 3 p.m. Between 3 to 11 a.m. in the morning, he's in bed. But if you have trouble, we will get him up and he will serve you. Thank you.